The coldness of the snow did much to revive Keith. Shakily, he got to his feet once more. His head hurt tremendously, and he felt the need to rest, but knew he couldn't. He grabbed at the frame of the doors to pull himself to freedom, but the blow to his head had sapped his strength, forcing him to drop back into the pit. His jacket was binding him at the arms, and the pack was still a bit heavy. He removed both, tossing the coat through the opening and leaving the bag behind. He moved deeper into the tunnel to get a running start, and saw the fuse in the darkness, which was burning quickly. He turned back towards the opening immediately, knowing that each second he delayed reduced his chances of reaching safety. He felt fear building inside him, but he instead used that as motivation to get out of there. He jolted for the opening, and in the last moment jumped to grasp the door frame, using his shoes to push off against the wall. His body wanted to fail, but his mind kept pushing. He managed to pull himself up to the ledge, swinging one leg over the other to take himself out of the pit. He rolled onto the cold sidewalk. His body was so energized, he wasn't aware of the cold, and instead lay breathing hard. He yelled in his mind to get up, but his body didn't want to. The cold air swept over him and slapped his body into motion. He got to his feet and ran back to the subway, leaving his coat behind. The snow was falling even heavier than before, and the wind that woke him was flying into his face, stinging his eyes. He tried to map out where the subway entrance was, and ran toward that as he kept his head down. Thankfully, he could see Rinehart's heavy footprints, and used his vengeful need to push his body more, focusing on the moment he would see him again, with the image of carrying him from limb to limb and laughing as he slowly died. Keith now had the subway entrance in view, and knew that little time remained for the bombs to go off. His body was begging him to quit, with his legs cramping up. He ignored his body and kept going. Before he knew it, he had reached the steps of the subway when the quiet of the night was destroyed by the deafening series of concussive explosions. The force of the blast sent him hurling down the steps, with debris raining down. He was face first in the snow. Rinehart was still fresh in his mind, and he picked himself up, crawling toward the steps. Thankfully, the railing was still intact, and he used it to get to his feet. He moved forcibly toward the opening, seeing Angela there, waiting for him, with her arms extended towards him.
For Christ's sake, hurry!
He stepped through the opening and stood with her in his arms, as debris from the explosion continued to strike the outside planks, and bits of burning wood fell onto the snow with a hissing sound. Finally able to rest, he breathed heavy into her body, trying to catch his breath. Never have been so thankful for air as he was right now.
We've done it. Perhaps now they'll take us seriously.
Keith stepped away from her. In the light coming through the cracks in the boards, he could see that they were alone.
Where are the others? Where is Rinehart?
They went ahead. When Rinehart told us you were setting the last charge alone, I waited for you. I'm proud of you, very proud.
Really? Then let's go find him. I'm sure he'll be very pleased to see me.